The Bears have signed 2 more players to their roster over the last 24 hours, making it 4 signings this week as a whole, and adding Tarvarius Moore, a safety, to the 53-man roster, and JT Woods, a defensive back, to the practice squad. On top of that, too, there was some good injury news for the Bears in regards to the offensive line, but tough news for Andrew Billings and Jaylon Jones. I got some good news, some bad news, and overall news for you guys today in Friday's episode. But hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nicotine, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Now, before I begin today's show, hit that like button to help welcome Moore and Woods to the Chicago Bears. Comment in the comment section below a get well soon or just some positive vibes only for Andrew Billings and Jaylon Jones with their injuries. And are you new to the channel? Like free Bears news and notifications, please hit that subscribe button to help us hit 20,000. So let's start with the 53-man roster signing, and that is safety Tarvarius Moore, who is recently with the Chicago Bears this offseason and has been on their practice squad. The 6'2", 200-pound safety is 28 years old, drafted out of Southern Mississippi in the 3rd round in the 2018 NFL Draft. During his NFL career, he's played in 2 Super Bowls with a total of 109 total tackles across those couple of seasons, 7 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, and 1 fumble recovery. A hard-hitting safety that played for the San Francisco 49ers last year and helped them on a defensive side of the ball, and especially special teams for their run at the Super Bowl last year where they lost to the Chiefs. He's a big hitter, great vision, and a strong safety to have in the backfield. Not only that, too, he is a bigger side of the safety spectrum, so he can take on bigger targets such as 6'3" or bigger tight ends or even large wide receivers. And on top of that, too, it looks like he might be the starter for a minute if he does get starting time over Elijah Hicks, because Jaquan Brisker shows no signs of returning anytime soon. Apparently, it's a very serious head injury, so the Bears are making this move by signing him to the 53-man roster and having him in place. Might get used to the name, so make sure you look out for him. Then the second move that the Chicago Bears made was signing defensive back JT Woods to the practice squad. The 6'2", 193-pound cornerback and potential safety, he has played safety in the NFL before, is 24 years old, out of Baylor, and he was drafted in the 3rd round at pick number 79 in the 2022 NFL Draft. He could be another hidden gem that Ryan Poles has had his eyes on. He's bounced around from team to team. He's played for the Eagles. He's played for the Chargers. He's gotten a few playing opportunities in preseason games, never made a 53-man active roster, and that is where he is right now with the Chicago Bears on the practice squad. But honestly, big, strong hitter, great ball hawk. He was very strong at Baylor, and I'm not saying he's the answer, but he could be a good gunner if called up to the 53-man roster for the Chicago Bears and a potential good comeback story. But the Bears bring him in as Jaylon Jones is out. Obviously, you call up more, and that opens up an opportunity on the practice squad. Doesn't hurt to have more of these guys. So welcome JT Woods to the Chicago Bears. And before we get more into today's show, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Lucy. Lucy, one of the newest nicotine pouches on the market, is changing the game. 100% pure nicotine, always tobacco-free, and comes in a variety of different flavors for all your taste bud needs. Along with a variety of different levels of nicotine, they have something for everyone. This stuff is great, guys. Personally, I am a big fan of the espresso flavor at the moment because it's espresso martini season, baby. And why not have a little bit of that flavor without having a drink and still getting that great buzz? And to spread the love, I'm working with Lucy to get you guys a deal in time for espresso martini season. Go to the link in the description now and use code JAYCHI when you put together your cart of whatever you choose from Lucy to get 20% off your first order. Lucy also offers free shipping and has a 30-day return refund policy if you change your mind. So try it out, give it a whirl, and if you don't like it, send it back. Lucy has your back. Supporting the sponsor is supporting the channel. Please go to the link in the description now and try Lucy today. So now going into the not so fun news of today is that Andrew Billings and Jaylon Jones have been put on injured reserve. Andrew Billings is a massive loss to the Chicago Bears defensive line, especially with the fact that he has been one of the best run stoppers on this team for the last 2 seasons. And the Bears run defense is slowly starting to decline. They've had their issues. And when Andrew Billings went out against the Arizona Cardinals, it only got that much worse. He is out with a pectoral tear. He had surgery on it earlier this week, and he will be out for quite some time, according to Matt Eberflus, but it looks like we're losing him for the rest of the season. He does have 1 year left on his contract, though. He signed a 2-year extension for $8 million last year with the Chicago Bears, and with this latest injury, the Bears' defensive line is in some trouble, but we do get the chance to see Zach Pickens take over, the third-round pick out of South Carolina that the Bears brought in after Javon Dexter Sr. Overall, I'm excited to see what the Chicago Bears have in Zach Pickens. This is his opportunity, and the rookie should be running through that door. So we'll see what happens there. But then Jaylon Jones, the other Bear that was injured and put on IR with a shoulder injury. He's a second-string defensive back, but the number one gunner on special teams for the Chicago Bears. He's fast, he's big, great vision. He's been working really well with Josh Blackwell, but he is going to be out for a significant amount of time with a shoulder injury that he sustained against the Arizona Cardinals. Wishing him a very speedy recovery, as he is a big part of not only the depth of the secondary, but special teams as well. Now let's go to the Bears' overall injury report, which is a little bit longer than I would like to see, but there are some new positive news. So Karan Amagaji still out with that calf injury. Jaquan Brisker, who shows no sign of coming back anytime soon, out with that concussion. Noah Sewell went from limited to did not practice with that knee injury this past week. Darnell Wright still not practicing with that MCL strain. Kyler Gordon still limited back-to-back game practices, so good news there. Braxton Jones went from did not practice to limited on Thursday, so good news. Terrell Smith, Darrell Taylor, both of them also limited as well. And then you have Ryan Bates, Tevin Jenkins, and Montez Sweat all full on Thursday, so good to see that some of the Bears starters are back. Ryan Bates coming back is pretty big for this banged-up offensive line, but on top of that, too, I'm happy to see Montez Sweat, as we need him in the trenches after losing Montez Sweat. So big news for the Chicago Bears injury front, and something we need to consider for this upcoming Sunday. And before we close out today's show, get your fantasy lineups ready, because we got Fantasy on the Fly with our good friend Dan Richmond.
Hello and welcome to Fantasy on the Fly. Fantasy-wise, the Bears have been inconsistent this season. The stalwart for the Bears, fantasy-wise, has been their defense. And I expect the defense to come up big this week at home against the New England Patriots. The Bears, between takeaways and sacks, are averaging 5 per week. Drake May, already known for throwing a couple pickies on the season, doing a decent job for the Patriots. But I expect the Bears defense to come up big this week at home at Soldier Field. Another guy who I think is going to have a big week. Yes, it's a New York Giant who's not Malik Neighbors. It is rookie running back Tyrone Tracy. Tracy going up in Munich against the Carolina Panthers D. Carolina horrible against the run, averaging 159 yards given up on the ground. I love Tyrone Tracy, who already has 2 100-yard games this season, and this is Fantasy on the Fly.
But bear down, baby. The Bears are making moves. I wish some of them were in the trenches, but overall, the Bears are making moves to improve this roster and get guys in where guys are out. So make sure that you welcome them to the Chicago Bears. Also, wish the guys that are on IR a get well soon in the comment section below. Please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's hit 20,000 before Week 11 against Green Bay. But with that, thank you as always for tuning into this episode of Just Another Year Chicago Bears. My name is Nick Brody, and as always, bear down, baby.